This week in memes, the Pentagon reveals that UFOs are real, but nobody cares because 2020 is already as surreal as it gets. Eminem donates jars of mom spaghetti to hospital workers in Detroit. No, I'm not joking. And finally, it is finally confirmed that Kim Jong-un is in fact healthy and well, because, I mean, come on, what did you really think? Were we going to get any good news this year? I figure it's about time that we take a look at the dancing coffin carriers memes. Unfortunately, it seems ill-timed because of the current coronavirus situation. I mean, why would we joke about the hilarity of death in a time where people are actually dying? I mean, that would be a bit tone-deaf, wouldn't it? With that premise set, let's take a look at what might be the worst TikTok I've seen all week. On one hand, it seems a little bit like taunting death to just be making TikToks about the coronavirus situation in such a way, especially when you're kind of the front force of it. I mean, the last person I expect to be making jokes about people dying to an epidemic would be the nurses and doctors working front line on this thing, but hey, maybe I'm just stupid. It is sort of satisfying in a way that see that even people who spent all this time in school and residency and studying their ass off to get into a profession that historically takes a tremendous amount of work get into are still making an effort to make it big on TikTok. In a way, because I am now a YouTuber, I've actually got a leg up on some of the healthcare professionals in the world. That's my way of making myself feel better for dropping out of college. I'm a little bit right though, right? Sumito, you're not giving her the benefit of the doubt, okay? Doctors and nurses work hard. Maybe they need a little bit of fun in order to keep their spirits up so that they can work harder. I mean, it's just one stupid joke, right? It's not like her TikTok's full of them. What do you mean her TikTok's full of them? So come on, T-Series, looking hungry for some drama. Here, let me serve you bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing. I want to be upset. I do. I do wish some part of me was legitimately upset at this. Was aghast that someone would have the gall to make these sorts of jokes, but I'm not. I don't know, maybe I should feel bad, but I don't. I feel like if you can make light of a situation like this, in a position like this, where you're seeing firsthand the people come in sick, weary, and what have you, then that just means that the world's a little brighter than I expected, right? That comedy can be found even in tragedy. I mean, think about it for a second, right? If you're going to be laughing about something, it takes away some of the seriousness of it. To these people who have to deal with it day in and day out, to make it so that the coronavirus isn't this crazy monster, but is instead just a meme, can help to dehumanize the aspects of that thing that terrify you so much. And if it's something that you have to clock into for 12 hours at a time, the way that a doctor or a nurse might have to, who am I to say what you can and cannot laugh at if it makes you better at saving lives, right? I'm sure that's not a popular opinion. Not everybody in the world deals with their trauma through comedy the way that I have my entire life, so I'm sure not everybody resonates with that. But to be fair, if you're gonna be upset at anything, be upset at the fact that the dude that they're carrying is probably wrapped in plastic that you need to pay $30,000 for when you go to a hospital here in the United States, okay? Be mad about that.
This turkey's almost as juicy as my ass.
Wow, so that must be really juicy.
I wish my parents were this supportive about the stupid jokes that I made around the house, but instead of ever joking along with me, they do this weird thing where they would slap me across the face. Our next story has to deal with rapper Eminem, who has been donating jars of spaghetti to the hospital workers in Detroit labeled Mom Spaghetti. It's tough to encompass just how much Eminem loves spaghetti. I mean, he wrote a whole song. Look, if you had one shot, one bowl of spaghetti to seize everything that you ever wanted, would you capture it or would you let it slip? I'll tell you right now, I would capture that bowl of spaghetti. No doubt. Yo, it's Mom Spaghetti. knees weak, I'm spaghetti. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm. Spaghetti to drop bombs, but he keeps on spaghetti. What he wrote down, the whole crowd goes spaghetti. He opens his mouth, but the words won't spaghetti. He's choking how? Everybody's gone spaghetti. The clock's run out, time's up, over, blow. Snap back to spaghetti. Oh, there goes spaghetti. Oh, there goes spaghetti. Choke, he's so mad, but he won't give up that spaghetti. No, he won't. He knows his hoes back to the ropes. It don't matter, he's dope. So dope like spaghetti. His mom's spaghetti. Even if he dropped his mom's spaghetti, he's not forgetting the fact that he had so much spaghetti. Is he Eminems or Skittles? No, I told you, he's spaghetti. While Eminem might be making sure that everybody else is capable of eating mom's spaghetti in these tough times, Alex Jones has decided to make it clear that he would be willing to eat his neighbors if it really came down to it. And not only his neighbors, but a very specific part of his neighbors that I'm starting to think he doesn't understand what he's saying.
I will eat my neighbors. I'm not letting my kids die. I'm just going to be honest. My superpower is being honest. I've extrapolated this out, and I won't have to for a few years since I got food and stuff. But I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I'm ready to hang them up and gut them and skin them and chop them up. And you know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors. See, my superpower is being honest. I'll eat your ass. I will.
It's crazy how the end of the world can make you do things you never thought you'd do. However, I feel like I should make this clear if you didn't know. You don't have to wait for food and rations to get exhausted because of some sort of fallout situation to go eat some ass. You can just do that now, dude.
I will eat your ass.
As a millennial, it's getting tougher with me getting older to keep track and up to date with all of these memes. Plus, I'll be honest, that Eminem bit took out all the energy I had for the rest of this. But we still have so many more TikTok related memes to get through. If only there was a Zoomer with more energy than I that could cover this report. Carne asadids, and welcome to the TikTok Report. I'm your host, Zoomer Sumito, and I am not at all an accurate representation of this generation's youth. This week on TikTok, we've got some hilarious trends going on. Specifically, one where people are recreating their favorite album art in a truly hilarious manner. Let's take a look at some examples now. You know, it really is nice to see people express their creativity through music. Unfortunately, I don't really know what this album is because I only listen to Billie Eilish while juuling with the boys, and I can't do either of those things now because of social distancing. I would like to once again remind you that I am not an accurate representation of this generation's youth. Oh man, I'm all out of my mini sour worms. No snacks for this editing session, I guess. In other trends, you guys might be familiar with Voiceover Pete. He was the voiceover actor who was taken off of Fiverr for that meme about asking for your parents' credit card. But his extensive voice acting career lives in infamy on the internet. And recently, TikTokers have found the clip of him saying, now this is epic, to be of memeable quality. Now, I'll be honest, they're a little more sexual than they need to be.
Now, this is epic.
In my humble opinion, if you're gonna take home a girl that's gonna whip out a schlong, it should be at least twice the size of yours. Because you either go big or you go home. And that's why I don't leave my house. We've got one more trend to look at, and it's this trend of gamer girls taking off their headphones before hearing something embarrassing and then pretending they didn't hear it before hyperventilating to themselves at the thought of how embarrassing it is. This one's also more sexual than it needs to be. Wow.
What a truly disgusting generation of individuals that I fully identify with, because I too was raised by the internet because of the neglect of my parents. But you guys shouldn't be neglecting to click that subscribe button so you don't miss this show coming out every week, or the like button that helps me with the YouTube algorithm. You can also click to my right if you want to see other videos that'll make you laugh just as little as this one did, and I'll be happy to catch you guys here next week. Space.